Why do certain seniors seem to defy age, living longer and healthier, while others face premature health declines? It's not just about luck or good genes. It often comes down to daily habits, choices, and subtle traits that accumulate quietly over time. In this video, we're not discussing rare diseases or accidents, but rather common, measurable behaviors that significantly affect how long you'll live and how well you'll feel in your later years. You might not even realize some of these habits are working against you, but once you do, you can start making meaningful changes that lead to better outcomes. After 70, the difference between thriving and just surviving becomes more pronounced, but here's the good news. It's rarely too late to make a change. Recognizing these 5 red flags can help you shift your trajectory toward a longer, healthier life. These aren't scare tactics. These are real, actionable signals you can notice and act on starting today. 1. Social isolation. One of the most powerful yet often invisible predictors of early death in seniors is a lack of genuine human connection. When someone spends most of their days isolated, without regular conversation or shared laughter, the body starts to interpret this silence as a stress signal. Over time, isolation not only leads to sadness but can also trigger real, physical stress responses. Cortisol levels rise, blood pressure climbs, and immunity weakens. Take the example of Roger, a 78-year-old retiree from Tucson, Arizona. Roger had been a widower for 5 years and spent most of his days at home, eating dinner alone, with no phone calls or visits. His neighbors thought he was independent, but behind closed doors, loneliness became his most constant companion. One winter, Roger caught a mild cold but didn't seek help, thinking it would pass. By the time someone found him, the cold had developed into severe pneumonia. Seniors like Roger often downplay their isolation, but emotionally, it starts to take a toll. The human nervous system is wired for connection, and when that connection is absent, the body begins to decline silently, subtly, and often fatally. The mental and physical toll of isolation isn't always obvious at first, but over time, the impact can be profound. The good news: reconnecting doesn't mean you have to attend big social events or gather a crowd. Even maintaining 1 or 2 consistent relationships, like a weekly phone call with a friend or regular coffee with a neighbor, can significantly reduce the risk of early death. Even a simple, "How are you today?" from someone who cares can be the lifeline someone needs. So, if you're still making an effort to stay connected, you're doing more than just socializing. You're protecting your health, your mind, and your future. 2. Lack of movement. There's a quiet danger that often goes unnoticed, and it's lurking in plain sight: a lack of physical movement. When seniors sit most of the day, it can seem harmless at first, but slowly, it weakens the body's ability to recover and respond. Muscles atrophy, joints stiffen, circulation slows, and even simple movements, like standing up to stretch, can become daunting. Consider Dorothy, an 82-year-old from Denver, Colorado. Dorothy loved her morning walks, but after a long winter of not getting out much, she felt more tired than usual. Within a few months, she found herself avoiding her walks, and soon even standing to cook became exhausting. What Dorothy didn't realize was that it wasn't just age, it was inactivity. Her doctor told her that more seniors die from the consequences of being sedentary than from heart disease or strokes. Movement doesn't have to mean intense workouts or lifting weights. Simple actions like standing up, stretching, taking a short walk, or even performing small arm circles while watching TV can make a huge difference. These subtle, consistent movements tell your body, "I'm still here, I still need you to stay strong." It's not just about exercise. It's about keeping your body engaged, reminding it that it has a purpose, and that it still needs to be used and appreciated. Imagine the profound impact of just a few extra steps each day. Every time you rise from a chair, every time you stretch your arms above your head, it's a small victory, a small declaration that you refuse to let your body fall into complacency. The difference between sitting all day and taking a short walk could be the difference between a vibrant future and one marked by deterioration. Your body is your most important asset, and it deserves to be treated with care. 3. Emotional isolation. Another often overlooked yet powerful threat to longevity is emotional isolation. This is not just about being physically alone, but feeling disconnected even when surrounded by others. After 70, many seniors slowly withdraw from social circles, lose touch with friends, or stop putting effort into maintaining relationships. Over time, this emotional withdrawal leads to more than loneliness. It takes a physical toll. Take Elaine, a 77-year-old widow from Portland, Oregon. After the loss of her husband, she began to withdraw from family gatherings and social events. She felt that it was easier to stay home and not face the world. Slowly, she stopped answering the phone, neglected to participate in community events, and soon felt the physical effects. Elaine's doctor noticed a decline in her energy, and her immune system began weakening, directly linked to her lack of emotional engagement. Seniors who stay emotionally engaged, whether through phone calls, volunteer work, or hobbies, tend to have better mental health, stronger immune systems, and live longer. Emotional connection doesn't just stabilize your mood, it gives structure to your day and reassures you that life still has meaning. Each conversation, each connection, no matter how small, serves as a thread that weaves you back into the fabric of life. It's not always easy, but reaching out to someone, no matter how simple, creates ripples that affect both you and the person you reach out to. Even when you're feeling down, letting someone know you're thinking of them can make a profound difference in both your emotional state and theirs. It's about not letting silence take root in your heart. Embrace your community, engage with your loved ones, and never underestimate the power of human connection. 4. Irregular sleep patterns. One of the most common yet easily overlooked signs of impending decline in seniors is poor sleep habits. It's not just about occasional sleepless nights but chronic irregular sleep patterns. Going to bed at wildly different times, waking up frequently, or spending too much time on screens before bed. Consider Gary, a 79-year-old man from Miami, Florida, who had developed a habit of watching TV late into the night. He often napped during the day and drank coffee well into the evening to compensate. Gary's sleep schedule was erratic, and over time, it took a toll on his health. His blood pressure became irregular, he experienced increased fatigue, and his focus started to decline. Studies show that seniors with inconsistent sleep cycles are at higher risk for heart disease, memory loss, and even depression. However, the good news is that with small adjustments, like going to bed and waking up at the same time each day, cutting back on screen time, and setting a soothing nighttime routine, you can stabilize your body's internal clock. Good sleep isn't just about rest, it's a form of preventative medicine. When you sleep well, your body is able to repair itself, replenish energy, and fight off stress. Sleep isn't just a luxury, it's a vital necessity. It's your body's opportunity to restore itself and build resilience for the challenges of the next day. If you've been feeling tired no matter how many hours you sleep, your body might be telling you that it needs a new routine. Creating a soothing, consistent nighttime environment can make all the difference in maintaining your health and your peace of mind. 5. Emotional withdrawal. Lastly, one of the most insidious red flags for early death is emotional withdrawal. It's subtle at first, but over time, it can take a significant toll. Seniors who stop engaging in meaningful emotional interactions, who no longer reach out to friends or family, or who lose interest in things they once enjoyed, often experience a significant decline in health. Emotional withdrawal accelerates aging faster than many realize. Take Marlene, an 80-year-old widow from Chicago, Illinois. After the passing of her spouse, Marlene started withdrawing from family gatherings and avoided calling her children. She stopped answering the door for visitors and eventually gave up on hobbies that once brought her joy. It wasn't just grief, it was emotional detachment. Her doctor said that while her physical health was still strong, her emotional withdrawal had led to a marked decline in her health. Conversely, seniors who stay emotionally engaged, whether through phone calls, volunteer work, or hobbies, tend to live longer, healthier lives. Emotional vitality is like a spark that keeps life bright, and when that spark dims, health can follow suit. Staying emotionally engaged, even through simple acts of kindness or daily routines, can be the difference between a life full of purpose and one marked by emptiness. When we think about living a long and meaningful life, we often focus on things like diet, exercise, and medication. However, what truly matters are the small, quiet choices we make every day, the habits, the mindset, and the social connections we cultivate. If you recognize any of these signs in yourself, don't panic. Awareness is a powerful tool. It gives you the chance to make a change, to reconnect, and to live with more intention starting today. Whether it's moving your body more, getting out of the house, staying emotionally engaged, or simply picking up the phone to reach out, every small step counts. Aging isn't just about watching the years go by. It's about staying connected to your purpose, your people, and your vitality. Each day is an opportunity to keep that spark alive. Every effort you make today contributes to the legacy of your tomorrow. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you've learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts matter, and reading your comments motivates us to keep creating meaningful content. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue to inform and inspire others. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.